edition of Sports South.
Monday night in San Diego, Ronnie Gant led off the game with a home run, and the Braves never looked back on a 3-1 victory. For the second night in a row, Gant and the Braves started quickly as he again began the game with a home run. But the Braves needed David Justice to explode out of his mild slump, and he came through in a big way. His two-run single in the ninth inning gave the Braves a 7-6 lead. Then Juan Berenguer shut the door on the Padres. The Braves and Padres are next. Braves baseball. Good evening, everybody. Along with Chip Caray, this is Ernie Johnson, speaking to you from San Diego. For tonight, it's the Braves against the Padres in the final game of a 3-game series. From here, it's on to San Francisco for 4 games before getting back to Atlanta next Tuesday night, Dale Murphy night. Well, Chip, the Padres have had a strange year, haven't they?
Boy, they sure have. San Diego's a club 2 games under 500, but even more interestingly, they're only 7-14 here at Jack Murphy Stadium. That's not what the folks here in San Diego expected. The fans aren't real happy. The ball club's not real happy either, and hopefully the bad times will continue tonight against Atlanta.
The Braves are showing some character. They lost the last 2 series in Atlanta. They've won the first 2 games on this trip. They're 2.5 games out of first place. They're in second behind the Los Angeles Dodgers. They're doing very well. Tonight's high five by starting pitchers: Andy Benes for San Diego, Tom Glavine for Atlanta. Back with the starting lineups right after this word. Something that brings out the little boy in all of us. A time for ballparks, autographs, and baseball cards. A time for the boys of summer. At Sports South, we're proud to bring you live Braves baseball because we know there's nothing quite like the magic of the old ballpark. Sports South for the little boys of summer.
Welcome back to Jack Murphy Stadium. Chip Caray along with Ernie Johnson as the Braves try to pull out the broom and sweep the Padres here on the road. Here's the way Bobby Cox's club will. The lineup tonight, our Cadillac, a starting lineup. Otis Nixon gets the start and leads off in left, followed by Terry Pendleton at third. Ronnie Gant hits third and plays center field. The cleanup man and the big hero last night, David Justice, plays right. Sid Breams at first, hitting fifth. Jeff Blauser plays second base and will hit sixth. Then it's Greg Olson, Tom Glavine's personal catcher, hitting seventh. Rafael Belliard, the shortstop, hitting eighth. And Tom Glavine, the pitcher, of course, hits ninth. San Diego's defense looks this way. It's Darren Jackson in left, Shawn Abner in center, Tony Gwynns in right. The infield, former Brave Jim Presley, Tony Fernandez, Mota McGriff, Santiago, and Andy Benes, #1 draft pick of the Padres back in 1988. He has struggled. The earned run average and the record okay. The one-loss record not real good for Benes, but he hasn't gotten a lot of support. He's a power pitcher, throws very hard, and the Braves would like to jump on him like they've jumped on the rest of this Padre pitching staff. Benes, 56 strikeouts, second, I believe, in the National League in that category. Otis Nixon in the box. We're ready to go. Here's Ernie.
Thank you, Chip. And the first pitch is on the way, and we are underway, and there's a pop foul out of play. Benes has given up only 4 runs in his last 21 1/3 innings, so he has pitched in tough luck. He's a better pitcher than a record, as they say. Big guy, 6'6". Nixon getting a start tonight. Shortens up the bunt, takes it inside. In 17 starts, Nixon has batted .347, and the Braves, when he has started, a record of 11-6. Blown away.
As we've all seen with Otis Nixon, he's the kind of guy that makes things happen, makes the defense react to him. When he gets on base, he's got the green light to go.
Presley is shallow, very shallow at third, always looking for a bunt. Good to see Jim starting. They mentioned that he might get released if some of these guys come back from the disabled list, so he's kind of trying to win himself a job here tonight. That is down low, and Nixon with speed and plenty of it is at first. Here are the arbitrators for tonight's game. Ripley, Rapuano, Crawford, and Tata. Tata is a senior. He's 51 years old and been umping since 1973, and Rapuano is the rook. Crawford has been there since 76, and Ripley since 84.
Believe it or not.
Believe it or not. And this is Pendleton. 3 for 8 in the series. Hit a home run here, went a mile last night. He faked the bunt, took it high. Pendleton at 345, 5 homers, 17 RBIs. He leads the league in slugging percentage. Mike Boddicker got reactivated by the Royals. Boy, they need some help. The Royals lost again today. Dan Schatzeder was placed on waivers. Nixon with a good lead. He could go any time, but he also knows who's catching. Santiago.
Boy, what a gun he's got. They keep a stat on him of not only runners that he has thrown out trying to steal, but runners he has thrown out trying to steal while throwing from his knees.
And I think that percentage is higher.
It's higher than when he stands up and throws.
The Mets swept the Cubs. They beat him again today, 8-1. Holy cow. David Cohn over Bob Scanlon. Hard to figure. New York media saying Bud Harrelson's on shaky grounds, and kind of looks as if June 10th, when it rolls around, they get through a road trip or two, that they might make a decision. They're only about 3 or 4 games out of first place. They got a good ball club. Blowing away.
How can anyone manage or coach a basketball team or a football team in that place? That's beyond me.
With their win, the New York Mets are 3.5 back of Pittsburgh. I'll take 3.5 back. You've always got a chance. 2-1, runner going, bouncing ball into left field. Perfect, just like they diagram it. Hit and run, single to left. Just out of the reach of the third sacker. The shortstop had no chance to get it because he was heading towards second base. So the Braves have runners on the corners with nobody down. Boy, Pendleton really can use that bat.
Well, what happens when Pendleton hits left-handed? The shortstop goes over and covers the bag, and Fernandez went that way, and Terry just guided the ball into the gaping hole on the left side of the infield, and Nixon, with his good speed, even though the ball was hit to the left side, was able to round second and dig for third. And now the Braves again have a golden opportunity to jump out in front.
And Gantz, the batter, been batting leadoff the first 2 games, and he homered. He's dropped to the 3rd spot. They put Nixon leading off. And the curveball is in the dirt, and Pendleton started to go, then he held on. It's cool in San Diego, unusually cool. Crowd maybe 10, 12,000 or so. It's ideal weather, though, folks. This is a place that probably has the best weather in the country year-round. I know John Sherholz would like to hear this. High pop, and that's not going to move anybody. The shortstop, Fernandez, makes the catch, 1 down.
And the crowd here, somewhat of a sarcastic cheer as Ron Gant retired in the 1st inning, the first time in the series.
The Braves, with all their problems due to the weather, I mentioned this, the weather here is so good they have not had a game canceled due to rain in their last 587 games. Atlanta would take a little bit of that this spring. Now it's Justice, who had a big hit last night. He was in a mild slump. He singled to right, put the Braves out in front, and he did it off a lefty. 2 hits in the series. Give Venice credit for getting Gant on a pop. He fisted him. He fouled it away. 0-1. Tomorrow night, the Braves will be in San Francisco. That game will be on TBS at 10 o'clock. Then Saturday, they'll also be there Friday. Saturday, we will do the afternoon game right here on Sports South. A little pop foul again, back out of play as Justice is jammed twice.
Justice among the league leaders and runs batted in with 34. Tony Gwynn also with 34. That's a lot of RBIs for Mr. Gwynn.
Yes, I think his best ever was like 72 or 74, and he should sail on by that this year. 0-2. Just off the corner. They play Justice a bit to pull in center field. Their outfield, Jackson, Abner, and Gwynn. This is a good hitter's park, folks, I'll tell you that. There's a looper toward left center, going to be in for a base hit, a run in. Pendleton makes a turn. He's going to third. Justice going to try for second, and he's got it with a slide. A little pop fly in center field that Abner tried to make a circus catch on, and he couldn't. And that'll go, I believe, as a double and an RBI. And the Braves strike first again.
That's good news. The Braves, you've got to take advantage of the opportunities, not only that you create, but the opposition gives you. David didn't hit this ball very hard. Sort of inside out of the ball, straight up, and Abner had to decide whether or not to make the dive or keep it in front of him, and he did neither very well. Short hopped, couldn't keep the ball in front of him. That puts two more in scoring position, and the Braves have the early lead.
And the batter, Sid Bream. He's 3 for 9 with a homer in this series, and a breaking ball inside and down in the dirt, and Santiago saved it. Blauser's on deck. The Giants beat the Reds today 6-1.
We've talked about Santiago's arm, but look at this play. Tough pitch to handle, knocks it down, keeps it in front of himself, perhaps saves a run, and now they might walk Bream to load him up.
That's what they'll do. It'll be walk number 2. This is intentional. And put it right on the shoulders of Jeff Blauser. Yes, the Giants 6, the Reds 1. Morris a home run. Matt Williams hit one. That's a second straight win by the Giants over the Reds. They're coming alive at San Francisco. They have a long way to go, though. Bases loaded for Blauser. 1 for 6 in the series. Comes in at 224. He could use a knock. And Mike Rourke, pitching coach, is out to the mound. Mike was a catcher, signed with the Braves originally, way back in the 50s. Blauser in a 4 for 30 slump, so he is certainly due. Mike Rourke was a very fine football player and baseball player at BC, Boston College. See, more catchers become pitching coaches.
San Diego 11th in the National League in pitching, and at the very bottom in many of those categories, as you see. That's not going to win you many ball games, but in their defense, they have a lot of guys hurt. 5 of their better pitchers are injured.
They do. Larry Anderson, one of them. And the pitch to Blaus. Strike on the outside foot.
They've given up the most home runs, 51 in the league.
And another stat on San Diego that is hard to believe, because they don't have that many sluggers outside. Everyone thinks the Tigers of Detroit would lead the world in strikeouts because of Incaviglia and Fielder, Deere, and guys like that. And strange to say, they are second with all their sluggers and strikeouts, and a team that leads the majors in strikeouts, the San Diego Padres.
And that is
hard to believe, because they don't have a lot of guys who swing from their heels all the time.
The only guy I would think would be McGriff, that you would think of as being a big, maybe Santiago a little bit. But Gwynn hardly ever strikes out.
Yeah, they have fanned 317 times, the Tigers 306. One out and the base is loaded and a run in. It's 1-0. Pitch to Jeff Blauser, driven along the right field line. It could score the run. Gwynn with the catch, the tag. The throw will come towards second. The Braves get another one. Blauser gets the job done with a sac fly to right, and Pendleton scores 2-0 Atlanta.
Well, Andy Bennis so far this season has given up 2 earned runs or less in 6 of his last 9 starts. Last time out, he lost 1-0, went 8 innings and 2/3. Gave up 5 hits, struck out 6, walked 4. He's been a pitcher who has pitched in some tough luck this season with the Padres. They haven't scored a lot of runs, and we all know the success that Tom Glavine has had of late, so maybe that trend will continue here tonight.
Now it takes a 2-out hit to increase the lead. Greg Olson, the batter, he catches Glavine on every performance or every start by Glavine. He is the catcher. Curveball strike. Olson's wife Lisa is making the trip. They went to the zoo today. The wives come along on occasion. Pitches high and away. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I went out there today too. First trip to the San Diego Zoo.
Isn't it great?
Oh boy. Folks, if you ever get a chance to come out here, that's got to be #1 on the visit list. It was incredible. I saw a lot of not too distant relatives out there.
Pitch a little bit high. This is the 7th batter in the inning. Belliard is on deck. Nolan Ryan came back today to start. There you look at Jimmy Williams, the third base coach for the Braves. Pat Corrales is over at first. Nolan Ryan got hammered coming back tonight. There's a little pop foul out of play. 9-1 Minnesota over Texas in the 6th. And we'll keep our eye on the Houston-Los Angeles game because Oral Hershiser comes back tonight. And if he comes back healthy, well, the Dodgers are tough enough as it is.
What kind of an ovation do you think he's going to get? That's going to be a neat moment.
In some years, especially that one time when they won the World Series, he carried that team right on his shoulders. Runner going. Curveball, strikeout. Olson caught looking, but the Braves pick up 2. We go to the bottom of the 1st.
The Braves got 2 in their half of the 1st here at San Diego, and here's the way the Padres will line up in our Cadillac starting lineups. Darren Jackson leads off and plays left field. The shortstop, Tony Fernandez, hits second. Tony Gwynn, who kills the Braves, hits third and plays right. And it's the crime dog, Fred McGriff, hitting cleanup. Benito Santiago, the catcher, hits 5th. Former Brave Jim Presley hits 6th and plays third base. Shawn Abner, who's really struggling, will hit 7th and plays center field. Jose Mota, just called up from AAA, will bat 8th and plays second. And Andy Bettis, of course, is the Padre pitcher. The Braves defense has Otis Nixon in left, Ron Gant in center, David Justice in right, Pendleton, Belliard, Blauser, and Bream around the Atlanta infield. The battery is Greg Olson and Tom Glavine. Glavine having a great year. 7-2. The ERA very good, 2.13. In his last 5 starts, Glavine is 5-0. He's won 5 straight, of course, with a 1.94 earned run average. In 37 innings, he has struck out 39 and walked only 4 and has given up only 8 earned runs. Glavine has 4 complete games, and 2 of those 4 have come in his last 5 outings. Glavine's had pretty good success against the Padres. He's 7-4 lifetime, and the Braves have given him an early 2-run cushion. Let's see if he can hang on here in the 1st.
Jackson will lead it off at 2:18. Did not start last night. Bip Roberts has got a bad back. He's a regular with him. He plays center field or in the infield, so the Braves don't have to face him. He's got a lot of speed. There's a strike from Glavine, who throws a fastball, curve, might even call it a slider. Then he's got a changeup, the circle change that goes down and away from these right-handed hitters. And there it is. It was on the outside corner, grounded to short. Jackson's out.
Well, Greg Riddick's club has really struggled here at home. They're 7-14, as we mentioned. Look at that road record. They're 5 games over 500. How unusual is that? They've lost 10 of their last 12 and 1-6 against lefties here at Jack Murphy Stadium.
Fernandez is next, 1 for 5 in the series. He's a switch hitter. They got him from Toronto. A real big trade in the offseason involving super names. McGriff was also involved. Alomar and Joe Carter went up to Toronto. Very seldom see trades like that anymore. Usually it's maybe only one superstar, so to speak, instead of 4. That's it, foul, back out of play. Don't forget Tuesday night, Dale Murphy night. There's still tickets available, but we expect a huge crowd. Let's get out there and honor the big guy. Plays with the Phillies now. He's 3 hits away from 2,000 in his career. Has 7 homers and 24 RBIs. Doing a good job over there. But that doesn't surprise anybody.
Let's honor him and then beat the pants off.
Yes,
right?
yes. He can have a couple of hits as long as they don't come with men on base.
I think he's 15 home runs away from 400.
Right. Outside on the change.
Whether he makes the Hall of Fame, of course, is up to the writers and stuff, but as a person, as a human being, he's a unanimous choice. A terrific person.
What he's done for baseball and his appeal to everyone, he could walk away tomorrow and he should be voted into the Hall of Fame. For what he's done. Not just on the field. 3 balls and 2 strikes. There's a bouncer wide of first. Bream's going to give it to Glavine in plenty of time. And that's 2 down.
Well, that was a good play by Sid Bream. He was far away from the bag, but if you notice the way he tossed the ball, he didn't throw it right to Tom Glavine. He lobbed the ball nice and softly at the bag. Watch here. Bream gets the play. Watch him lob the ball to the bag. Glavine has an extra step to gather himself, make the catch, and find the bag. He made a pretty difficult play look easy there.
Not Tony Gwynn, who can make it difficult for anybody. Batting .356. But against Glavine lifetime, he's hitting only .227. 4 hits in this series. Hit safely in 16 of his last 17 games. He's off to one of his best starts, as Chip mentioned, RBI-wise. 34. That's high for him at this stage of the season.
71, as you mentioned, is his career high. And if you look at Gwynn, he can just steer the ball anywhere he wants. And one reason, look how far up he stands in the batter's box. He's got that front foot almost on top of the white line.
If they wanted to, if he steps out of that box, they could call him on it and make it an at-bat. But he doesn't stride that much. You're not supposed to step out of the batter's box. He tries to hit the ball, I believe, before it really breaks.
Yep.
On the outside corner.
And look at the way they play him in the outfield. They play him to the opposite field. I mean, he's got a huge hole. If he hits the ball right up the middle, he's going to stand at third. Gwynn leads the National League in hitting. Terry Pendleton right there as well with Felix Jose of the Cardinals, who has overcome a mild slump. But this guy Gwynn is just a great hitter. Just a terrific hitter. .329 is his career average. He's led the league 4 times in hitting.
There's a bounce at the second. Lauser. And the bottom of the first is history. We go to the second. Atlanta leads it by 2.
Think I'll ever drive a car as fast as you?
Well, maybe, if you don't do drugs or alcohol or drop out of school.
Promise we won't.
Okay, then let's make a deal. A contract.
Get your own contract at any Citgo gasoline retailer. Mail it back and you'll get Dale's official poster. Plus, a chance to meet him at a real NASCAR race.
Be a performer for America.
Without drugs or alcohol.
Get your contract at Citgo today.
We're going to the second inning. There's your score. Belliard will lead it on. He'll be followed by Tom Glavine. Venice with a couple of more warm-up tosses. We'll be ready to go. Here comes Raphael. Phillies won, beat Montreal 2-1. Mulholland doing very well. He is 6-3. Belliard 1 for 6 in the series, but just to show you how important it was here on Monday night. He squeezed a run in. It was a big run. It's shallow at third and first, and there's a looper that's going to fall in right center field for a base hit. Will they cut it off? Abner does, and Belliard has a single to right center. There's a good start. And let's see what Bobby Cox wants Tom Glavine to do. He might bunt him over.
Well, I'll tell you what, this guy Belliard is really doing a great job with this Atlanta team. Every ball he hits is to the right side. But he's hitting over 300 in the last 20 games or so, and that average is right around 250 now, which is more than anyone expected from a little guy who's never hit for much average in his major league career.
They got him for his glove.
Well, they said the same thing about Terry Pendleton, too. We want you to play defense, and both these guys are helping the team with the bat as well.
Yeah, I think, though, that they felt that Terry would
hit a little more, I'm sure.
But I don't think they expected much of a bat from Rafael. There's a bunt, and it's foul. Count is 0-1. Glavine's not a bad hitter for a pitcher. He's batting .294, so you don't sell him short. Very easy for Bobby Cox to take the bunt off with a hitter like Glavine. We'll see if he goes again. He is bunting, and he bunts it foul, and the count goes 0-2. Belliard was down to second base and went into a little slide. He didn't get much help from Fernandez. Usually the shortstop on the other side will say, hold it, hold up.
Look at McGriff. He's holding the runner at first. He covers a lot of territory pretty quickly. He's a big guy, Fred McGriff. 6'3", 215 pounds. What an athlete.
Let's see if he's still bunting. He is, and he does, and they're going to go to first base. Santiago thought second, and then he changed his mind, and well, what a nice sacrifice by Tom Glavine. If he fouls that pitch, he's out, but he bunted it fair.
I don't know if this ball even hit the dirt. It just died in that grass. Yeah, he never hit dirt with that bunt. Santiago, you see him thinking about second. He's got a great arm, but I don't think it would have been good enough to get Belliard at second. Now the top of the order has a chance to knock home another run, and Glavine helps himself there.
Otis Nixon walked and scored the first time up. Braves got 2 in the first. They have 3 hits. Hit hard to short. They'll have to hold the runner, and they just got him. Fernandez fooled around looking at Belliard, and Nixon almost beat it out.
Boy, he's fast.
That was a rocket.
Watch Fernandez. He checks the runner, takes 3 steps, and then a little flip. Got him by a half step.
Pendleton singled first time up. Gantz on deck. And the pitch. Line toward right, and Tony Gwynn can't make the play. He didn't look at it very well. And Pendleton's at second with an RBI double. It looked like Gwynn, and he's kicking around out there. It looked like he lost that ball or misjudged it just for a second. A line drive double by Pendleton, and the Braves are up 3-0.
Terry's 2 for 2, has a 13-game hitting streak, and he got a fastball and drilled it deep to right. Gwynn broke in. He just misplayed that ball, went over his head. Belliard scored easily. And I would guess, watch Tony's reaction after the play. He was not real thrilled at all. He should have had that ball. It wasn't hit all that hard.
He was kicking around out there on the warning track. Might have lost it for a second, too, but he did not play it like he usually does. And Gant is at the plate, and time is called. The Braves, who lost 3 out of 4 to San Diego and Atlanta, trying to sweep this series here tonight. Low inside.
We've talked about San Diego's troubles at home. How about the Braves' success on the road? Atlanta's 12-7 away from Atlanta.
Also got to remember the Braves started the season 3-6. Shooting for their 23rd win tonight. One and one. Pendleton off second base. Inside. It is 4:05 to dead center here. 370 in the alleys and 327 down the lines. Curveball, I believe, outside, and a good hitter's background. And that is not far in the power alleys. Keep in mind that Atlanta Fulton County Stadium is 385 to left center. In most parks, it's at least 380 or 85 in the power alleys. They have shortened this to 370. And I believe more home runs have been hit by the opposition than by San Diego.
Mike Rourke again out talking to Andy Bennis, who just walked his third man of the night. And now David Justice has a chance to do some more damage here. Of course, Mike Rourke, the former pitching coach with the Cardinals. Don't forget, Saturday afternoon, Ernie and I will be in San Francisco as the Braves and Giants get together in the third game of a 4-game series. That at 4 o'clock here on Sports South.
Justice up again. Knocked in a run last time with a double. It was a soft line drive to center. Abner tried to shoestring it with a sliding catch, and he missed it. And that hit Justice, I believe. Boy, it did. I just hope it didn't hit him in the knee. If it hits him up on the thigh, he'll be okay. But if it's down around the knee, boy, that can really smart.
Either that or down at the ankle, or maybe at the base of the foot. Boy, he went down like
Jeff Porter.
Relaxed, yeah.
Jeff Porter out there quickly. He's all right. He's all right. Bobby Cox out too. This loads the bases on a hit batsman. It was a breaking ball, I believe. Let's see if it breaks in.
Well, you see Santiago setting up inside. It gets him, right on the inside part of the knee.
And it was a fastball. It was a fastball. Boy.
Bang.
He came out of that in good shape. I hope he's okay tomorrow. Sid Bream with the bases loaded. Curveball missed.
And on a cool night tonight, that's the kind of place where a fastball or any kind of ball hits you. It's going to get nothing but stiff as the evening goes on.
One run in. A little bit outside. Maddox starts throwing in their bullpen. Barring injury, you wind up Sid Bream and send him out there every year, and he'll probably hit 260 to 270, knock in 75 runs. And he's off to one of those starts this year. He has 26 RBIs, batting 270. High pop. This should end the inning as Fernandez comes over, and he's got it. And Bennis gets out of it. It could have been worse for the right-hander. The Braves score once. We go to the bottom of the second. 3-0 Atlanta. Going to the bottom of the second inning. So you see the line score. When we get to San Francisco tomorrow, John Smoltz will go against Kelly Downs. Friday, Charlie Lebrand against Fred Black. And Saturday, Steve Avery versus Don Robinson. And Sunday, Pete Smith, who pitched very well here last night against Trevor Wilson. Boy, they've got to be happy with Pete Smith. And he's got to be happy with himself.
Yeah, his arm must have felt great. He had a great curveball last night. His fastball was really exploding up there. It's a shame for him that he didn't get the decision. But he did pitch well, and that's a good sign.
The save was by Berenguer, his second here in 2 days, and the most saves he's had in his career. Usually he's been a setup man. Didn't mean to. Pendleton's going to have to hurry, and he gets him easily. McGriff on a check swing, it's 5-3 on the putout.
And those are the kind of at-bats that a hitter absolutely hates. A little excuse me, I didn't mean to swing. And Terry, little flip. Got the crime dog at first.
Berenguer has 6 saves now, early in 1991, and that's a high for him in a season. He's going to have more than 6 before this year's over, the way he's throwing the ball. Pitch is outside to Santiago, who's been having his problems at the plate at 234, 5 homers and 23 RBI. Bunted. Glavine's going to hurry, and he's going to get him. Nice play, Tom Glavine.
He made the play the only way he could, with the bare hand. And Tom Glavine, as you all know, is an excellent athlete. Former hockey player, drafted by the LA Kings. Good idea by the catcher, Santiago. Laid down a pretty good bunt. Glavine pounced off the mound and threw him out by a step and a half. That's a good play.
Glavine also an excellent golfer. So he is an exceptional athlete. Here's Presley. First look at Jim Presley. Played with the Braves last year. Knocked in over 70 runs. Had some problems afield. Became a free agent and signed with San Diego. And he hasn't played very much here. 130 batting average, 1 homer, 5 RBIs. He's a much better hitter than what he's shown here at San Diego. But there was talk, if they get everybody back off the disabled list, as I mentioned earlier in the game, that there is a chance that he could be released.
Well, they're very happy with Coolbaugh. Scott Coolbaugh at third base.
He went around on that curveball 0-2.
I don't know what Presley's making, but he was making big money in Atlanta last year, and you would imagine that Coolbaugh's not making nearly as much, so the move might be a financial one as well here in San Diego.
0-2. We don't have that problem, do we?
No.
No, we don't have that problem. Down low. Dick Freeman's contract was renewed here in San Diego. He's president of the ball club through the 1992 baseball season. One and 2 on Jim Presley. And the breaking ball low.
Like I said, this is my first trip to San Diego. I've been kind of disappointed. I was hoping that Roseanne Barr would be here and sing the anthem for us.
You were?
The zoo and Roseanne. Somehow that goes together. I can't figure out how.
Fly ball right. Justice goes back a couple of strides and then makes a catch. And it's a very easy inning for Tom Glavine. That is 6 up and 6 down for the Brave left-hander through 2. And we move to the 3rd.
Chocolate is sweetest when it crunches. That's why I love Nestle Crunch. That's why I love Nestle Crunch Crunches.
We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Shawn Abner will lead it off. He's their center fielder. Vip Roberts out with a bad back. Abner has not hit very much.
Well, the Dunhill British Masters Golf Tournament will come your way Saturday night at 8 o'clock. That'll be the third round coverage, and then we'll have final round coverage Sunday night at 8 o'clock as well. We've got golf, we've got baseball, we've got all kinds of good stuff for you here on Sports South.
3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Atlanta, the Padres, no runs, no hits, and no errors. Here comes Abner. People at University of Georgia who recruit will remember, I'm sure Vince Dooley remembers this guy. 4-year All-State prep performer in baseball and 2-year All-Stater in football at Mechanicsburg High, PA. Abner threw 19 touchdown passes as a senior. He earned a scholarship to the University of Georgia. However, he went for baseball in 1984. He was signed with the Mets and drives the ball to center field, and Gant's going to catch it after going back a few steps. That's 1 down.
Yeah, McIlvain, the man in charge here in San Diego, picked Abner when he was with the Mets, and then brought him over when he came over.
Those big trades. Here's Mota. Manny Mota's son, one of his sons. I think he has 4 boys that are playing professional baseball. Isn't that something? Manny Mota, who for many years was a great player, great pinch hitter, and this is one of his boys. Jose Mota. He's a switch hitter. Not a big guy. Down low.
Well, you have to certainly like the odds, having 4 baseball kids in the same family. One of them's got to make it.
One of them's got to get that big pension. There's a strike. Braves are seeking their first 3-game sweep of anyone since May of '89. Montreal and Atlanta. They've got a shot at it. They lead 3-0. Driven, base hit right center. That's the first hit off Glavine, and Mota gets it. A line drive single, well hit to right center. Now Bennis will be up there with 1 out and 1 on. Houston touched Oral Hershiser, and they're still batting. They have scored 4 runs in the top half of the first inning at Los Angeles. Houston 4, still batting. Top of the first at Los Angeles against Oral Hershiser. Bennis, he might bunt. Pendleton thinks he might. There's a throw to first. Sometimes you throw over there to see if the batter will give it away. Bennis looks to the third base coach. Outside.
Bennis has a home run this year, that against Danny Cox, I think, of the Phillies. Back when Danny Cox came back from his arm injury.
Bruce Kim is their third base coach, and Rob Picholo coaches at first. He is squaring to bunt. He could fake that. When they really turn around sometimes, they sometimes fake it. Everyone in the county knows he's bunting when he squares like that, but he could shorten up and swing. No strike. Tom Glavine going for his 8th win or 7th? 8th win. And the bunt won't be made. It's inside. Going for his 8th win. The way Glavine and Avery are pitching, they might pitch themselves right onto that all-star team in the National League. You get up in the double figures by all-star break, and they could do it very easily. You're a candidate to make the National League all-star team.
Well, there are a couple of other players, too. Justice won. Terry Pendleton, certainly, the way he's playing.
Outside.
It's, of course, nice to talk about things like that, because that means that individually and perhaps collectively as well, the ball club's doing well.
It's nice to talk about it, Chip, because for the last 2 years we haven't been able to talk about it. You look in the leaders, and there's no Braves in the leaders, but now there are. And now there are guys in the leaders department in batting and in pitching, and it's good. Down low. He didn't want to do that. He walked the pitcher. They got the tying run at the plate. Jackson, the batter. First and second, one down.
Fielder, number 4, Darren Jackson. Houston, by the way, got 4 runs on 6 hits in their half of the first at Dodger Stadium against Oral Hershiser.
Strawberry hit his first home run in Dodger Stadium last night when they won. Jackson grounded to short. This guy's got a little sting in that bat. Blowing away as the plate is jumping around for Tom Glavine. The Braves in the National League are second in batting to St. Louis. They're batting .263, the Cardinals .270. Second in pitching. They've dropped down in fielding, but in 2 of the 3 categories, they're right up there. They're 9th in fielding. There's a high pop right side. Bream may have a play, or Blauser. Bream. He's got it. It's in foul territory, and everybody holds on. It's oversimplification, but when you're second in batting, second in pitching, and halfway decent in fielding, you're going to be up there near first place.
Yeah, and the Braves were, I think, 2nd or 3rd in the league in fielding before they've run into a stretch of 14 errors in the last 6 or 7 games.
Yeah, on that
last homestand. They threw the ball all over the place and obviously didn't win. But I think you're right. This is a very simple game. You throw it, you catch it, and you hit it. And if you do that well, you're going to win.
Now Fernandez. 2 outs, runners first and second. Hit foul, back out of play. The way the Dodgers are playing, at 4 runs by Houston doesn't mean they have won the game. The Dodgers have been really playing well of late. They've won 7 of their last 10 and won 2 in a row. Talk about a team playing well at home. I don't know if the Dodgers have ever had a losing year at home. That is a little bit low.
That's such a great ballpark to go to. I wonder if it just sort of lulls you into this great feeling. You go in there, and then the Dodgers just paste you for 3 or 4 days.
The Braves have not had a lot of luck there. There's a foul away. 1-2. With Glavine trying to pitch out of his first jam. He retired the first 7 batters until Mota singled, Bennis walked. And after Jackson fouled out, here's Fernandez. He's a switch hitter. And Glavine with a 1-2. Foul away. It'll stay. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, obviously, this is the guy Glavine wants to get with 2 outs in the inning. But even more importantly, you've got Tony Gwynn lurking on deck. And you know what he does to the Braves and has done over the years.
One ball, 2 strikes. Mota, who runs well, is at second. He can score easily on a single. Bennis runs like a pitcher. Pitchers don't really run that well. And the 1-2 pitch. Low and a breaking ball, 2-2. There you see Mota leading from second as Olson gives a sign. And Glavine comes to the plate, gets all the way to the backstop. I don't know if that's a cross-up or not. It might have been. It was a fastball, and I think that Olson was crossed up. He and Glavine going to talk it over. And why I say it is this. If a catcher signals for a fastball and you throw him a curve, he can catch that. He can make that adjustment. But if it's the other way around...
He's set up inside. He was expecting a breaking pitch, and Glavine threw a fastball to the backstop. Yeah, Olson had no chance to catch up. He was prepared to catch the slower pitch.
It appeared that way. 3 balls, 2 strikes. It's a wild pitch. Foul away again. 3-2.
Young guy made a heck of a catch.
Bring that glove. You never know. Three to nothing Atlanta. Glavine trying to work his way out of a jam. And he's going to do it. A bouncer to the mound. Throw to first in time. And a few boos right now as Fernandez bounces to the mound. Glavine gets out of it. And we move to the 4th inning. 3-0 Atlanta.
Atlanta. These Braves are rarely caught with stolen goods. San Francisco. Mitchell and Clark. Home run giants in anyone's park. Atlanta versus San Francisco. Live Saturday at 4 on Sports South.
Beginning Saturday, the world's most precise golfers fight it out in the 1991 Dunhill British Masters.
Beginning Saturday night at 8 on Sports South.
It's the top of the 4th, and it's the top of the order. 3-0 Atlanta. Here's Chip Caray.
Okay, Ernie, thanks a lot. There you see the line score. The Braves have jumped all over Andy Bennis for 6 hits in the first 3 innings. Otis Nixon to lead things off. He walked, scored that in the first, and bounced out to short in the second. He leads things off here in the 4th. Curveball for a strike. It's 0-1. Nixon hitting almost .350 as a starter with the Braves. Atlanta's won 11 of 17 games. And as a leadoff hitter, he's hitting .483. That's a remarkable number. The 13 runs scored, leading off an inning, and he leads this one off with a single to the gap. Base hit for Otis Nixon. 7th hit of the night for the Braves, and Andy Bennis has had a leadoff man aboard in 3 out of the first 4 innings.
I believe Harry Walker worked with Otis Nixon on his batting when Otis was with Montreal, and he knows his capabilities. He doesn't try to hit the ball out of the ballpark. He tries to get good wood on it, and he'll take what he can get. He's at first base now. It's almost like a double with Nixon and a lot of these people who can run. Here's Pendleton. When you get a single, many times you're going to end up at second base with a stolen base anyway.
Pendleton 2 for 2 on the night. A single, a double, a run scored, and an RBI. Nixon stole a base in Atlanta against Santiago. Let's see if he's taking off here with the Braves in front 3-zip.
I keep forgetting that Santiago's back there.
Oh.
I mean, your thinking is a little bit different when you get a guy that can throw like he does. Dodgers got a run. They're still batting in the first. It's 4-1.
Pete Harnish, by the way, is pitching for Houston. There goes Nixon. Fastball, couldn't get the handle. And Nixon steals second base as Santiago dropped it at the plate.
So the single is a double, as we were talking about. He is down at second base. Santiago might have had a shot at him, but he let the ball slip out of his hand. In his haste, whoops.
That's number 18 for Otis Nixon. And the Braves get a break. Another runner in scoring position for Mr. Pendleton. Little chop. Tough play, Fernandez. Boy, he's a tough shortstop, and Pendleton beats it at first. That's a tough play for the shortstop. He got there in good shape. Didn't have a lot on the throw, and Pendleton is 3 out of 3.
But you know, Chip, I think that Fernandez thought he was going to get him. He didn't throw the ball that hard at first base. I think that he felt, well, I can get him with this toss. Now, if he guns that, he's out. But he thought he had him.
He lollipopped it.
Yeah, didn't throw it well. Look again. Now he takes a couple of extra steps, but he kind of flipped it. And I think if he'd have thrown it, he gets him.
Now Gant has a chance to really do some damage. They're at the corners, nobody out. Ronnie 0 for 1 with a walk. Curveball low, 1 ball, no strikes. Gant with 7 home runs in the month of May, 8 for the season, with 23 runs batted in. That's the good news. The bad news is his average still under 200. He's at 185 now. Curve low and away. It's 2-0.
I think Pendleton surprised Fernandez with that little burst of speed at the end.
So too.
I think he just surprised him.
His hamstrings must be feeling pretty good.
I always worry when he has to work at it like that, though.
2-0. Fooled him with a curve or a changeup. 2-1. Well, we've talked about it before. If Terry Pendleton could give the Braves 140, 145 games, just write it down. I'll take that right now.
Here to look at Greg Riddick, Padre manager. Interesting man.
The 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Gant kicks the dirt in the batter's box in disgust. He's had 2 very weak swings. It'll be very interesting to see what happens with the San Diego club when they get some of that pitching back. Their offense is terrific, I think. First the 2-2. Drilled toward left. He flirts with a home run, but he hooked it foul. Oh, he hit that ball a ton.
Even without his glove, he got it. Right there to the left of SportSouth. Our next game Saturday afternoon from Candlestick.
But you've got to like this Padres offense with Tony Gwynn, with Griffin, Fernandez. 2-2. Chopper up the middle. Base hit. An RBI for Gant. It's 4-0. Pendleton stops at second. Still nobody out. And the Braves are just pecking Andy Bennis to death here. 4-zip. 24th RBI of the season for Gant. Nixon scores his second run of the night. Pendleton's at second, Gant at first. Here's David Justice.
This one had eyes. He threw a pitch right in the middle of the plate. He has no one to blame but himself. And Gant hit it right back through the middle, just out of the reach of Fernandez, and they start their bullpen again.
You know, I wonder with Bennis, he's a kid that was drafted #1 back in '88. I wonder if he's really ready to be the workhorse of this pitching staff. Justice out in front of a curveball that Bennis hung in his eyes. It's 0-1.
He's only 23 years old. That's a lot to expect from a youngster. I'll often remember what the late John Quinn said about pitchers. He felt that they really didn't know how to pitch until they're 25 or 26 years old. And I think of that every time I see someone between 20 and 25. If he's doing a fair job, he's going to be a pretty good pitcher when he gets to be 25, 26.
The 0-1, another curveball. That's ripped toward center. Abner on the run. He's going to catch up and make the play. Justice hit that ball right on the nose, but Abner got a good jump in center field and hauled it in. That's the first out here in the Braves' 4th.
Now Pendleton's kicking himself. I think Terry thought that ball was going to be over his head, and he was halfway. If he'd have gone back to second base, he walks over to third, and he'd be first, and they'd be first and third with 1 down. He thought the ball was going to be hit over the center fielder's head.
Here's Bream now. He is 0 for 1 with an intentional walk. Bream popped out to end the second with the bases full.
In fact, Terry Pendleton was hitting himself in the batting helmet, more or less saying, hey, my fault.
No balls and a strike to Big Sid Bream. 268. We're checking out the bullpen. And Mike Rourke, the pitching coach. Fastball misses outside. It's 1-1. The Braves have 9 hits already. 4 runs have scored. Tom Glavine has been terrific. He's limited the Padres to only 1 hit. On the curveball, and Bream popped that up again. Abner still on the run. Gwynn coming over, and Abner makes the catch. If he calls everybody off, that's his play.
He's got a better look at it. He and Gwynn almost collided. They might have been yelling and not hearing one another with the crowd and all. You could see him cut right ahead, and Gwynn thought he was going to catch it. Here we look at it again. No harm done. A little scary.
Jeff Blauser, 0 for 1 with a sac fly, run batted in. Takes a strike, curveball at the knees. Blauser 4 for his last 31. He hits Bennis pretty well. He came in at 273 against the Padres right-hander. Another curve, pretty pitch, 0-2. But continuing our thought about Bennis, you could look at the parallels to this Braves staff. John Smoltz, Tom Glavine, Pete Smith, all had to pitch for not-so-good ball clubs. And it seems like so far that they have been able to overcome that when they've gotten better players behind them.
Steve Avery, they go through where they really got to suffer.
Chopped towards short, Fernandez to second, and the inning comes to an end. The fielder's choice. 6-4 retires Gant at second base. But the Braves pick up another run here in the fourth on 3 hits. We go to the bottom half. Braves 4, Padres nothing.
We're going to the bottom of the fourth. It's 4-0. Atlanta, as you take a look at the line score, San Diego has 1 hit and the Braves 9. I want you to join Sports South for the Grand Prix of Dallas live Sunday at 2 p.m. That's Sunday at 2.
Braves lead at 4-0 here in the bottom of the fourth. Tony Gwynn, Fred McGriff, and Benito Santiago lead it off against Tom Glavine. Good news down on the farm last night. Richmond beat Omaha 7-3. Deion Sanders went 2 for 5, scored a run, had a triple and RBI. Hopefully he'll continue to polish his game, and hopefully he'll be back in a Braves uniform here in Atlanta very soon. Gwynn takes a fastball low, 1 ball, no strikes. Tony Gwynn bounced out his first time up. He's hitting 16 of his last 17 games, among the leaders in triples. Best hitter in the National League at 356 coming in, 4th in RBIs with 34.
We're talking about the Braves pitchers. We could take it one step further.
Little looper towards center. Ronnie Gant, a long way to come. He makes the play. Gant's speed pays off there as Gwynn almost hit it in amongst them.
So Gwynn's 0 for 2, as we mentioned before, batting only .227 against Glavine. We take another look at it. Long run by Gant, and he one-hands it easily. Glavine, Smoltz, Avery, Pete Smith. Sometimes you got to force feed pitchers because you don't have any better pitchers. Really, you say, well, we're going to take some lumps, but we're going to go with these kids, and that's what the Braves did. And they did it more or less because they felt that every one of those kids has got some stomach. I mean, they can handle it, and they all have. And now they're bouncing back. And don't worry about John Smoltz. He's going to win his games this year. But they all have good character. They all have good stuff, Major League stuff. So they had to throw them out there and say, well, guys, this is the way it's going to be. But I like Leo Mazzoni's comments this spring when he said, well, okay, that's over. Now let's go out and win some. And they've done that.
Yeah, trial by fire, really. So far, it's worked pretty well for this Atlanta team, at least this season. 1 ball and a strike to McGriff. Missed inside, 2-1.
John Smoltz is off to a poor start. Last year, he won 8 and lost 5 the second half of the season. Scouts will tell you his stuff is as good as anybody's. So it's just a question of getting it together.
Oh, that almost got a piece of Glavine. McGriff, a solid single to center. Second hit of the night for the Padres. That ball was scorched. First hit for McGriff. Boy, this could have been very scary.
It's a hard hit ball that Glavine tried to glove and tried not to get hit in the knee with it, but it got back too quickly for him.
Now Santiago will hit. He hit a little comebacker back to the mound his first time up. Continuing our talk about down on the farm, Brian Hunter had a big game last night. 2 for 4, a homer, 2 RBIs. Andy Tomberlin was 2 for 4, scored twice. And Jerry Willard went 2 for 3 as the designated hitter. He knocked in a run. The first to Santiago is outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Durham didn't have much fun. They lost to Winston-Salem 13-zip. Greenville shut out Charlotte 5-0. Here it's 4-0. Braves in front of the Padres. A little looper back this way and out of play. Count evens, a ball and a strike. Santiago came into this game hitting .234 with 5 homers, 23 runs batted in.
Pittsburgh beat the Cardinals 6-0. Zane Smith got his 7th win. Bryn Smith lost it.
Boy, Zane Smith has really righted himself, hasn't he?
Another example, I guess Zane's in his late 20s. Last couple of years, he's been a terrific pitcher.
Strike inside edge. Santiago not too sure. Ball and 2 strikes. Santiago had a 34-game hitting streak. 1987, the first catcher in Major League history to hit in over 30 straight games. The 1-2 from Glavine. Outside, 2-2. Jim Presley waits to hit next. There's 1 out in the inning, 1 aboard. Benito Santiago, 6'1", 182 pounds, born in Puerto Rico. Ripped down the left field line. That's a base hit. McGriff will round second and stop there as Otis Nixon cuts the ball off in a hurry. 2 on, 1 out for Jim Presley. 2 Padre hits in a row, now 3 for the game.
Santiago hit in 34 straight games back in 1987. That is a major league record for a catcher. And he got into this pitch. It was a breaking ball appeared, going down, didn't get there. And they've got runners at first and second. Last 2 innings, Tom Glavine has struggled a bit with a single and a walk in the 3rd, and now 2 hits here in the 4th. You'd like to get Presley on a grounder, because Jim, with just average speed, is a double play prospect.
Presley now at 127. Glavine, the 2nd inning in a row, in a bit of trouble here. Outside, 1-0. Uncharacteristically for Tom tonight, he's been behind several hitters, hasn't been out in front of many. When he got the first 7 in a row, he was ahead in the count, 0-1, 1-2. In the last couple of innings, he's thrown a lot of pitches. 1 ball, no strikes to Jim Presley. Didn't mean to swing. Bream will take the sure out at first base. That's the only play he'll have. Runners now at 2nd and 3rd, but there are 2 outs in the inning for Shawn Abner.
What they call an excuse-me grounder.
Center fielder, Shawn Abner.
He tried to get the bat out of the way. He started his swing and then couldn't check it, and the result was a feeble grounder to first.
Now Abner will hit, who, if he were very short, would be called Little Abner, of course.
Little Abner was big. You don't go back that far, do you?
Nope. He flied out his first time up. Runners at 2nd and 3rd, 2 away. Curve missed outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Abner, 6'1", 194-pounder. Came over in that big Kevin McReynolds deal with the New York Mets. Swing and a miss. Challenged him with a fastball. Abner couldn't catch up. 1-1.
Best fastball that Glavine's thrown tonight. He really had something on him.
Here was the trade. The Mets gave up Kevin Mitchell, Stan Jefferson, Kevin Armstrong, Kevin Brown, and Abner for McReynolds, pitcher Gene Walter, and infielder Adam Ging, I think is how you pronounce it, or Ging, G-I-N-G. 1-1. Change up. Couldn't check it. 1-2. Good pitch. And Abner out in front. Glavine one strike away from getting out of trouble here in the lower half of the fourth. Olson the sign. The runner's the lead. Here it is. Got him looking. Inside corner with a fastball. Abner's troubles continue. And what a time for Glavine's first strikeout of the night. They strand two. One at second and one at third. We're through 4 complete, and the Braves lead it 4-0.
So baseball under the sun tomorrow afternoon.
Here's Tom Glavine sitting in the dugout, probably thinking about the fastballs that he threw to Abner. He threw him one that he missed, and here's call strike 3. Look where Olson sets up, and this is a good fastball, and it just completely tied up Abner, who yelled a little bit about it, but had no reason really to squat.
Olson set up in a perfect spot, and the glove never moved. Great pitch by Glavine. Lower third of the order due up for the Braves here in the top half of the 5th. It'll be Greg Olson, Rafael Belliard, and Mr. Glavine. Braves in front 4-0. There you see Greg's work on the evening. And curveball is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. They're in the third now at Los Angeles. Houston leads LA 4-1. Oral Hershiser making his return from injury. 2 balls and no strikes. Other National League Finals, the Pirates beat the Cardinals 6-0. Philly beat Montreal 2-1. And the Giants over the Reds 6-1. Swing fouled back to the screen. Good cut by Olson. It's 2 balls and a strike. The other National League game saw the Cubbies lose their 3rd straight. The Mets swept them 8-1 at Wrigley Field. David Cohn went the distance for the Mets. 3 balls and a strike. The Braves have had leadoff men aboard in 3 of the first 4 innings. Bettis has walked 3, has struck out only 1. That was Mr. Olson. 3-1, high drive toward left. Darren Jackson at the edge of the track. Out number 1 here in the 5th. Rafael Belliard will be the hitter before he steps up. We'll take a look at tonight's Sherwin-Williams scoreboard update. In the American League, Milwaukee beat Detroit 6-2. Seattle shuts out Kansas City 8-0. Boy, the Royals are really struggling. Yankees shut out Boston. Sanderson got the win. He's now 6-2. Toronto over Oakland. Jimmy Key now 7-2. Baltimore beat Cleveland 2-1. California and the White Sox. See that score. Minnesota leads Texas 9-1, or beat Texas 9-1. Nolan Ryan, the losing pitcher, now 3-4. That was your Sherwin-Williams scoreboard update. Belliard's 2 for 2. And the count's now 1-1. Belliard singled twice, once in the second, once in the third. Scored a run back in that second inning. Belliard is now 9 for his last 15. Came in with the average at 248. It's now up to 260. 1-1. After a pitch on the outside part of the plate, fouled it off. It's 1-2. The Padres play him, as everyone does, way around to the right in the outfield. But he's been very adept at hitting it right in between the second baseman and right fielder on little bloop singles. The 1-2. Big curveball, bouncing ball to Fernandez at short. Gobbles it up, throws him out. 2 down for the Braves in their half of the 5th. And the pitcher, Tom Glavine, will hit. Tom's 0 for 1. Sacrifice that led to a run. He's also hit into a double play at the end of the 3rd inning. Glavine's average, 278. No homers, 2 runs batted in. Also has a stolen base. Stole 3rd base in the game a couple of weeks ago. He's just an all-around good athlete. Fastball for a strike. It's 0-1. Bettis has not yet recorded a 1-2-3 inning, but he has a chance to do so here in the Braves' 5th. Atlanta has has had base runners in every inning except this one at this point. Tom had a good cut, fouled it back. He's in the hole 0-2. Big Andy Bennis, 6'6", 238 pounds. He's only 23. Won 10 games for the Padres last year. He's a good-looking pitcher. He stumbled as he went to the windup, so he'll start over. Here's the 0-2. Where the ball stayed high. It's 1-2. Padres have not scored many runs for this guy. In fact, in 5 starts earlier in the year, the Padres scored only 4 runs. It's tough to win when that happens. 1-2, misses low. It's even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Santiago the sign. Here it is. Adams making him work. Fouled that off. Left side. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Not a big crowd, but a decent one here in San Diego tonight. Yes, 10, 12, maybe 14,000. It's a cool night, but it usually is here from what folks tell me. And he strikes Glavine out on a fastball high and away. Second strikeout for Andy Bennis. And the first time he gets the Braves in order, 1, 2, and 3. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Braves still lead San Diego, looking for the sweep. 4-0 as we go to the bottom of the 5th, the lower third of the order due for the Padres. A reminder for you, this telecast is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the Atlanta National League Baseball Club and is intended solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Atlanta National League Baseball Club is prohibited. Jose Mota, Andy Bennis, and then the leadoff man Darren Jackson will hit for the Padres here in the 5th. The Braves in front 4-0. San Diego has been held to just 3 hits. Glavine with 59 pitches, 33 of them for strikes. That's a little more than he would like for 4 innings. Ideally, 10 an inning is what a pitcher would like to throw. And Mota looks at a fastball outside, tried to bunt his way on. 1 ball, no strikes. Mota, one of 4 sons of Manny Mota, former Major League great. Glavine's 1-0. Chopper toward third. Pendleton, big hop. London guns him out. 1 down for the Padres here in the 5th. Mota bounces out to third baseman Terry Pendleton. Now the pitcher Andy Bennis stands in. Bennis walked his first time up. Padres are trying to play a sacrifice, and Tom Glavine walked him on 4 pitches. San Diego has left 4 runners on base, 2 each in the last 2 innings. Now Bennis digs in. Glavine goes to work. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
As a pitcher, you like to face the 8-hitter as a leadoff batter. Then the pitcher next. You should have an easy inning. Doesn't always work that way, but you like your chances.
Get that second out.
Yeah.
Not as much margin of error for the offense. Bennis came in at 111, a homer and an RBI. Hit the home run off Danny Cox earlier this year. I told you. Glavine missed inside with that changeup. It's even a ball and a strike. Tom Glavine, going for his 8th win of the year.
Bennis was a good pitcher, I think, at Evansville when he was in college.
2 balls and a strike.
16-3 and an ERA of 1.42.
That's pretty good.
Yes, I would say.
The 2-1 to the pitcher. High pop. Ronnie Gant calls everyone off. 2 down. Glavine's retired 4 in a row.
But that's what you have to do when you're a kid. A lot of times youngsters will say, well, what have I got to do to attract some attention? That's what you got to do. You got to win a lot of ball games if you're a pitcher. At the high school level, have some no-hitters, go to college, win a lot of games. You can't get it by being an outfielder hitting 250. You just got to have some impressive numbers, and then the scouts will pay attention.
And Bennis is a guy that really had his good year at the right time. As a junior in college, his ERA was over 5. Then his senior season, he turns it around with that 16-3 record and ERA under 1.25. Jackson's 0 for 2. Strike outside edge, 0-1. Jackson's hit it to short and popped out to Sid Bream. Curve, didn't mean to, and tried to check it, could not. It's 0-2, and it may have broken his bat.
Our next telecast, Saturday, the Braves against the Giants from Candlestick, 4 p.m. Eastern, and that'll be live. We're going to be live. Okay.
Hopefully we'll be alive. A couple of days off in the city by the bay, San Francisco, California. I did bring my sweater like you suggested, going to Candlestick.
You need it. Went in there one year in July and needed a parka. I mean, it was so cold. And it can change, of course. The falls, I understand, are beautiful, but we don't play in the falls very often.
Glavine's pitch just missed inside. It's 1-2.
They're still looking for a new ballpark. Bob Lurie wants a new park, and if he doesn't get it, he might move to another area in around San Francisco. But they still haven't committed to it, the city property.
Glavine misses with a curveball, 2-2.
A lot of that happening in Tiger Stadium there. A lot of Detroit wants a new stadium, and I don't know if they'll get it. Milwaukee, the Brewers want a new stadium. I don't know if they're going to get it.
Glavine, after being ahead 0-2, is now run at full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Well, there's going to be 2 new stadiums with expansion. Braves expected to get a new ballpark with the Olympics. Baltimore has a new park. The White Sox have a new park. It seems to be the trend. The payoff, Jackson. Popped him up on a 3-2. Will it stay in the yard? Bream and Olson give chase. But it's 1, maybe 2 rows up. And we'll do it again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now, that San Francisco situation, the way franchises move around, you never know. What if they move them out of San Francisco? I guess if the price is right.
Anything can happen. There's no guarantees in this game, and now the latest rumor is that perhaps there'll be 2 expansion teams in Florida. That was in the paper today.
Called strike 3 inside corner. Jackson tomahawks the turf. After being called out on strikes, he disagrees with the call, but Glavine gets him 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 5th. We're through 5 innings at Jack Murphy Stadium here in San Diego. The Braves had the Padres shut out so far, 4-0.
The top of the 6th inning. There's your line score. And Nixon will lead it off again. Here's Chip.
All he does when he leads off is get on base and score runs. He's walked and scored when he led off the 1st. He singled and stole a base and scored when he led off the 4th. He also sandwiched a ground out to short in between there. So Nixon's 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored, a single, a stolen base. That stolen base is 18th of the year. Andy Venice into the line, curveball for a strike. It's 0-1. Bob Scanlon was the losing pitcher in the Cubbies game today, his first major league loss. He gave up 5 runs, I think, in the 3rd inning. As New York won 8-1 at Wrigley. Little chop at home plate, but foul, and Nixon quickly behind 0-2. Andy Venice has faced a lot of batters. 82 pitches, 5 innings. He's given up 9 hits and 4 runs. Coming into the game, he'd only given up 4 earned runs in his last 21 innings. The Braves have jumped all over him to this point. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Otis Nixon. He really wiggles that bat in the batter's box. Took a shot at left field and fouled it off. Sure we're not in San Francisco?
Oh, snappy around the edges here tonight.
With 55, you'd think you're at the North Pole in California. It's kind of funny. 1-2. Chop Chopper up the middle, base hit. Nixon has done it again. I'll tell you what, this guy could hit 260. It's terrifying to think how many bases he could end up stealing.
He's having one of his best years at the plate. And, of course, stealing bases.
Third baseman Terry Pendleton.
Pendleton will be the hitter. He's 3 for 3. Terry, the National League leader in slugging percentage. He's got his average up to 361. 2 singles, a double, and an RBI for Pendleton. Nixon has a big lead. Not going this time. Fastball for a strike. It's 0-1.
Pendleton's a type that knows that the first baseman's holding Nixon on and gives him a little bigger hole on that right side. So if you pitched him inside, he's going to really try to pull it right through there.
Well, Pendleton, a lot like Tony Gwynn. He can hit the ball to all fields. He can spray it around. Pendleton now at 444 in the month of May. Pitch out, nothing doing. Count evens, a ball and a strike. Ronnie Gant waits to hit next.
Sanderson pitched a good ball game today, beating the Red Sox 7-0 for New York. Yankees won it. Garfield, Mars, and Sachs all hit home runs.
In case you're wondering, Pendleton has never hit 300 in a full season in the major leagues. Best year with the Cardinals was 87. Pitch out, runner goes. Throw is in time. They got it. The throw was to the second base side of the bag. Fernandez came over and made the catch. Nixon thought he slid under the tag, but Santiago's arm pays off. We'll see if they got it.
Not the only way you get Nixon is pitch out, and the throw, let's watch it. A little high. I believe he got him coming by. Nice tag by Fernandez.
2 balls and a strike now to Pendleton. 1 out in the inning. Curve low, 3-1. Pendleton's won a Player of the Week award already this year, and if he continues this torrid pace, I would imagine Player of the Month awards would
Possibility.
be a big possibility. 3-1, lofted toward left. Darren Jackson in a few steps. Calls it in for out number 2.
SportSouth presents a Bobby Jones Golf Series. You can learn ways to improve your golf game from a man many consider to be the game's greatest. Every Monday night at 9 p.m. on SportSouth. Bobby Jones from Atlanta. Boy, I'd like to have that myself. Maybe we can get one, Chip, and chop a couple of strokes off the handicap.
My game needs it, believe me. Here's Gant. You see his work for the night. Fastball, strike outside corner. Gant not too sure. It's 0-1. Ronnie's average now 190. Base hit and RBI. With 24 runs batted in, Ronnie Gant. Swing and a miss. Good changeup from Venice. It's 0-2. Jesse Barfield had a 3-run homer for the Yankees in that game, helping Scott Sanderson win his 6th. No balls, 2 strikes. Foul back to the screen.
Houston 4, Dodgers 1 in the 4th. If that score would hold, then it's possible. And the Braves could win. Atlanta would be a game and a half back.
Gant digs back in. Santiago to Signs. Foul goes the road here. The 0-2. Moves him away from the plate. It's 1-2.
Trying to get a wave going, and it's dying.
They've got about 9 miles of empty seats out in the outfield. That would sort of tend to kill it. The ball, 2 strikes to Gant. Same spot, same result. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the Braves center fielder, Ronnie Gant. Well, the Pirates continue to lead the National League East. They're 4 games in front of the Mets, 5.5 in front of the Cardinals.
They've won 6 in a row now, Pirates.
And 7. The Cubbies. Gant caught looking by Venice. We're through 5.5 here at Jack Murphy Stadium. The Braves still lead the Padres 4-0. 4-0 4-0 Braves as we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. It'll be Tony Fernandez, Tony Gwynn, and Fred McGriff for the Padres, who have been held to only 3 hits by Tom Glavine.
Leading off the Padres, shortstop Tony Fernandez.
Glavine has pitched 3 hitters twice this season. If things stay the way they are, it would be number 3. Tom has 4 complete games in his starts so far as well.
Leads the National League.
Including a shutout. Starts Fernandez out with a fastball outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Fernandez 0 for 2. He's bounced to the first baseman, Sid Bream. He's also bounced back to Glavine. Ripped toward the right side, and out of play. The count evens, a ball and a strike. Fernandez, entering today's game, was first in the National League with 33 runs scored, tied for 3rd with 4 triples. What a pickup he has been. An excellent defensive shortstop. He'll hit 250, 260. Little chop toward Pendleton. Plays it on a hop. A low throw, but Bream able to make the play. 1 down here in the 6th. Fernandez 0 for 3. Now Tony Gwynn is 0 for 2. They don't have a stat in the game notes, but I wonder how many times this season Tony Gwynn has been hitless. I would imagine that Gwynn this season has had a hit in almost every game.
I believe he had hit 16 for his last 17 games coming in.
Curveball strike, 0-1. When you can almost count on your fingers and toes the number of times that Gwynn goes without a hit. Got some kind of disturbance out in the outfield bleachers, and crowd booing as the next security guards move in. Another curveball, this one too far outside. The count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike. Gwynn, National League leader in 6 categories. Little chopper foul. First in base hits with 67. First in multi-hit games with 20. First in batting average at 356. First in extra base hits 22. First in triples with 7. And first in total bases 100. It's pretty consistent. 1-2. Lofted toward the gap, left center field. Gant on the run. Has a beat and hauls it in. So Tony Gwynn is 0 for 3, only hitting .227 against Glavine.
Okay, tomorrow, the Braves against the Giants on TBS. That's 10 p.m. tomorrow night from Candlestick on TBS.
Glavine has retired 7 straight. Here's Fred McGriff out of Tampa, Florida. Big Orlando Magic basketball fan. Swing and a miss, 0-1, which is one of the reasons I like him. He's a smart man.
Yes, he is.
McGriff, he's a free swinger up there. He'll strike out with the best of them, but he's pretty patient up there as well. He gets on base a lot. Walks in bunches, 0-2.
We talked about Tony Gwynn. You know, you got to be quite a hitter when you're disappointed and fans are disappointed, and he's disappointed if he only hits 300.
Yeah. That's a tough problem to have, isn't it?
Most players get their eye teeth to bet 300.
Yeah, it's like trying to figure out what to do with $8 million a year. You know, it's the 0-2 to Fred McGriff. Got it. Fastball, climbed the ladder. Glavine now with 3 strikeouts. 1, 2, 3. The Padres go down in order for the 2nd straight inning. Glavine's retired 8 straight, and we're through 6. Braves still haven't shut out 4-0.
As a Brave, Dale Murphy provided Atlanta fans with many exciting plays and countless hours of community service. On Tuesday, June 4th, Georgia Power and the Braves welcome back old number 3 for Dale Murphy Appreciation Night, when the Braves play the Phillies at 7:40. Plus, the first 35,000 fans with the reserved seat ticket will receive a commemorative Murphy poster, compliments of Georgia Power.
Hot fun in the summertime. And that is baseball. Hot fun.
For tickets, call 249-6400.
Along with Ernie Johnson, Chip Caray back at San Diego's Jack Murphy Stadium. 4-0 Braves. David Justice will lead things off. scary moment for him back in the second inning when he got popped on the knee with a fastball from Bennis. He shook it off. Seems like David's all right. And here with the play-by-play is Ernie.
Okay, kid. Pitch is low. That ball did hit him solid. Justice has a base hit. A double in the first inning, knocking in a run. Hit by the pitch and fly to center, and here's the next pitch. Hit deep to left field along the line. Fair foul. It is fair out of here. Home run. Justice has just homered 5-zip Atlanta. He hit it up over the wall, just into the seats, to the off field.
Boy, how often do you see that? Justice going opposite field down the line. Hit that ball about 355 feet. His 6th home run of the season, and that gives the Braves a 5-run cushion. And the Padres pitching staff continues to get beaten by the home run ball. That's 52 they've given up this year. Boy, he went and got it. Fastball outside corner. Didn't try to pull it, just went with it. And that stroke is a beautiful thing to see. We'll talk more about the fences here at this ballpark.
Now Sid Bream. Justice in the 7th with nobody on to make it a little easier for Tom Glavine. There's a looper toward right in for a base hit for Sid Bream. His first hit of the game. As Chip mentioned, on the replay, you could see that Justice did not try to pull the ball. He more or less said, this ball is on the outside corner. I'm going to try to hit it to left field. And it ended up in the seat.
And that's not easy to do here. If you look at the outfield fences, there's 2 sets of fences. The one with the numbers on them and the orange stripe running across them. That's a fence that they added. Originally in this ballpark, to hit a home run, you had to hit it over the wall into the seats. As Mike Rourke, I believe, the pitching coach, now on his way out to the hill. You originally had to hit a ball into the stands here at the ballpark over that big wall. That's not easy to do. But when you hit 327 down the lines, 370 to the alleys, and only 405 to dead center field, it's a pretty good home run park to hit in.
Rourke doesn't make the pitching changes unless there's been a change in policy here. Usually the manager plays Captain Hook. And Blauser comes to the plate with a runner at first, Sid Bream, and nobody out. Blauser had a sac fly in the first inning. He flied out in the 3rd, and he grounded out in the 4th. Greg Riddick, as I mentioned, different cut as a manager. He's a guy that has 2 degrees from college, 1 a master's in education and a business degree. He's a teacher. He's a psychology teacher in school. He has been. You don't see that very often in baseball, managers or players. Was with the Cincinnati organization for many, many years as a manager in the minor leagues and a front office executive, and then came over here to San Diego. Paid attendance 13,038 here at Jack Murphy Stadium.
Well, if the Padres don't get some pitchers back off the injured list, he may have to go see a psychologist.
Little pop along the right side. Tony Gwynn with a long run, and he's going to catch it in foul territory. Blauser foul to the right fielder for out number 1.
Well, we've talked about Tony Gwynn's bat. How about his glove? He has to cover a lot of ground out there. You know, when you look at Gwynn, you say, how can this chubby little guy do anything out there? But, boy, he really does a good job out in the outfield. Good, strong arm, covers a lot of territory.
And deceptive speed. He runs faster than you think he can run.
Yeah, don't tell him I said he looks chubby. He's a fine athlete. And I'd love to have him on my team, that's for sure.
He was a basketball player at San Diego State. His brother Chris is with the Dodgers. And Olsen takes a ball.
I think Gwynn, wasn't he a point guard or something? I think he was. Can't remember. Yep, has the all-time assist record for the San Diego State basketball team.
You would think that. If you said he was a basketball player, you would think that he'd probably have a lot of assists. Yep. Good shooter. That's to the mound, and he bobbles it. It's a double play ball easily, and he has to satisfy himself with 1. That was an easy double play ball with a catcher running. Hit back to the box, and he bobbled it. The Braves get a break. Let's see if they can take advantage of it.
Can't call it an error. He can't assume the double play, but with the catcher running, All Bennis has to do is field it cleanly and throw him out.
It's the easiest double play to make, really, because the ball gets to the pitcher so quickly. It's only 60 feet. All you got to do is not drop it. Throw it down the second over to first. It's not a tough double play. Here's Belliard with a chance to knock in a run. He's 2 for 3. Strike on the outside corner.
Hitting a mighty 258 now.
He's going to want to renegotiate.
Yeah. I may want to represent him.
He's going to call John and say, about my contract, John. And the pitch is outside.
He's never hit more in major leagues than 233. That in 86. Played 117 games with the Pirates. Knocked in 31 runs.
Going for all-time high records in the major leagues this year. And this is only game 42 for Atlanta. Got to keep in mind the Braves are about 5 games behind everybody else in games played because of the rain. There's an easy one to the mound. But the Braves pick up 1 on a home run to the outfield by David Justice. We go to the bottom of the 7th, 5-0 Atlanta. We're going to the bottom of the 7th inning. There you see the line score. The Braves have a new second baseman. Blauser's out of there. And Mark Lemke is the new second sacker. Glavine with a couple of more warm-up tosses. Want to remind you that Friday night, June 7th, Braves team poster night presented by Kid Cuisine. Saturday night, June 8th, it's a Heroes of Baseball exhibition game presented by Upper Deck, beginning at 5:30. Former Braves players will take on former National League players. Expos in town. Sunday, June 9th, is Six Flags free admission pass day. The first 10,000 kids 12 and under with reserve seat tickets will receive a pass to Six Flags. That's a neat promotion. And we got a lot of them coming up this summer at the stadium. Braves ahead in attendance of last year. Guys are working hard. Wayne Long, Miles McCray, and the whole staff are working very diligently. Here is Santiago. Last time up, ripped a single to left, hit it hard. But Nixon got over and cut it off. There's a fly ball right and a long run by Justice, and he's going to catch it just there. Santiago flies to right after hitting one down on the left field side. He hits the ball all over. Here's Jim Presley. Presley is flying to right and bounced to first.
Remember with the Giants, we had the battery of Black and Decker.
No longer.
No longer. Decker got demoted. I wonder if Johnny Padres would consider a return. Here in San Diego, we'd have Santiago and Padres.
Some others that got a pretty good response from, too.
Oh, we had Bonds, Cash, and Money.
And Fingers and Hands.
Fingers, Hands, and Knuckles. That's right.
Goes on that baseball encyclopedia and get some beauty. He used to have some great nicknames back in the early 1900s. Don't see as many anymore. Look at that pitch. There's that change that goes away from a right-handed batter.
Somebody told me that Phil Niekro had one of the great lines. Somebody asked about Mordecai Brown, the three-finger Brown, whether or not he threw, a fork ball or whatever you call it. Phil Niekro said, well, I don't know, but one thing I can guarantee you, he was always good for 60%.
Phil Niekro managing Richmond. Yeah. 0-2. Has changed his pattern a bit. He has thrown more fastballs the last 2 or 3 innings, and it's reflected. He's struck out a couple with fastballs. After a while, they were looking for the pitch going away and breaking balls, and he's busted a few on the inside corner with good velocity, and he's gotten a strikeout. So he's changed his pattern. He and Olson and probably Leo Mazzoni getting together. There's a fastball he missed with it. Getting together in the dugout, talking about the change. Maddox has thrown about 8 innings down there. Not quite. We're in the 7th, but he's been up about 5 times. And you don't get paid for that. 1 hitter for Zane Smith tonight. Pirates won again.
Oquendo had a 3rd inning little blue pit off that AstroTurf for a triple. That's the only mistake that Zane Smith made tonight. Struck out 5 Cardinals in that game.
Glavine with a full count. Foul away. He has retired 9 in a row. He started the game retiring the first 7. He's trying for his 5th complete game. Now a 3-2 pitch. Down low, ball 4.
Oh, don't forget to watch SportSouth Journal with Vanno Wright. That's every Sunday morning at 11:30 on SportSouth.
2 walks now for Glavine. To go with 3 strikeouts. Shawn Abner. He's got his high cuts on.
More and more players are starting to wear those high top cleats. Eric Davis, David Justice wears them.
More and more wearing earrings, but I'm not gonna.
I think you look pretty good in one.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a big dangling one and walk in the clubhouse. But there you see the high tops or high cuts. But I've seen some basketball teams wear that. And is it just me, or they look like they don't run as well? They don't seem to be as
basketball
fast.
players?
Basketball players.
Well, maybe the black, if you wear black shoes, you
Yeah.
look like Herman Munster out there clodding around.
Bouncing ball 3rd. Pendleton goes to Lemke, who digs it out of the dirt down there. Nice play. They get to 4th. Lemke saved an error as Pendleton threw into the dirt. Nice play.
But in the NBA, the reason the players wear the high tops is twisting ankles is one of the more common injuries in the league. In baseball, guys stand around, wait for the ball to be hit to them. Not as much stress and wear and tear on the ankles, I wouldn't think.
Well, in basketball, in years past, everyone wore high tops just for that.
Oh, sure.
Protect the ankles. I think the Celtics might have been one of the first teams to go to the low cuts, and then everybody else followed suit. Your friend, Erickson, up at Minnesota.
Scott Erickson.
What is he doing? They say he wears his socks, his black socks, down, and you can't see any of the white of the inner sock.
None. He's always done that. I covered the Orlando AA team, which is Minnesota's farm club, and Erickson was pitching down there last year. He wears his pants like George Hendrick used to. You remember, down around the ankles, absolutely nothing showing. Well, he wears these stirrups that don't stretch at all, and they wear black shoes with twins.
So it looks like there's no white there.
It looks like he's got shoes all the way up to his knees.
And now I think his catcher's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Somebody else is doing the same thing. He said, if he can do it,
well,
he's having.
And all Erickson's done is win 7 games in a row. His ERA is about 1.2.
But you said he had good stuff.
Oh, he's got great stuff. Oh.
This is Moda. Olsen takes a few steps out toward Glavine. 2 balls and a strike. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Thank you for being with us tonight on Sports South. And don't forget us on Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock. The Braves and the Giants from Candlestick.
Orel Hershiser taken out at Dodger Stadium. 4 innings, 4 earned runs, 9 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts.
By the way, they're still trailing 4-1. The Dodgers and the Braves. A very big game here early in the season. The Braves can win, the Dodgers lose. They're a game and a half out of first.
And regardless of what happens to the Dodgers in that game, it's great to see Orel Hershiser back and playing baseball. You hate to see anybody's career threatened by injury.
Fly ball short right, Justice. Long run, Justice. Can't make it. They'll hold the runners first and third. Justice making a valiant effort to catch that ball, just missed it. In fact, it might have gone over the top of his glove. He tried sliding along on his side. It'll go as a base hit. And it's their best rally, really.
Well, to give you an idea of what kind of competitor David Justice is, he thought he should have had this ball, and I think he should have. It ticked off the edge of his glove. He did have to come a long way to get there. But he almost made a spectacular catch. And now a guy that's absolutely murdered the Braves in seasons past will pinch hit for the pitcher, Andy Bennis.
Gary Templeton on as a pinch hitter. Last night he was almost a hero. He came on as a pinch hitter, hit a 3-run homer to put San Diego out in front. But the Braves rallied as they've done so often. He's batting only .196 with a homer and 6 RBIs. As a pinch hitter, 3 for 19, a homer and 4 RBIs. And he's been used primarily as a pinch hitter. Veteran shortstop, still feels he can play, but has accepted his role here, at least for the time being, as a part-time player. That ball just ticked on the replay, just ticked the glove of Justice, and he almost made a circus catch. Bennis went 7, allowed 5 earned runs and 12 hits. Bouncer out toward Lemke, and Glavine's going to be out of it. And his shutout is still intact. We move to inning number 8. 5-0 Atlanta.
Bobby Jones, the only man to ever win golf's Grand Slam. Now learn to play from the man many consider to have been the game's greatest on SportSouth's Bobby Jones Golf Series. Each show features 5 different facets of the game to help you lower your handicap. From chipping to putting, from driving to specialty shots, you'll see how to improve all aspects of your play. Now, for the first time ever on television, the Bobby Jones Golf Series, every Monday night in June on SportSouth.
Braves in front 5-0. Let's take a look at tonight's Sherwin-Williams scoreboard update. First in the National League, the Mets won their 3rd straight over the Cubbies at Wrigley Field. San Francisco over the Reds 6-1. That good news for Braves fans. Philly over Montreal 2-1. Charlie Hayes a home run in that game. Pittsburgh shutting out the Cardinals 6-0 in the ninth at Busch Stadium. Houston leads the Dodgers 4-2. Oral Hershiser lifted in his return from injury. In the American League, Milwaukee a winner over Detroit. Seattle blanks Kansas City. New York shuts out Boston 7-zip. Toronto a winner against Oakland. Baltimore over Cleveland 2-1. There's the rest of your Sherwin-Williams American League scoreboard.
Glavine leads it off. Tries to bunt, fouls it away. Glavine is sacrificed, hit into a double play, and struck out. The new pitcher is Mike Maddox. Not bad numbers. Today's standards, just about any ERA in the 3s. Acceptable, very acceptable. And the curveball miss. Nixon's on deck. Missed again outside. That was an error. The Padres had, in one other inning, got a runner to third base against Glavine. So they've done it twice. There's a bouncer to third. Presley throws him out. One down. Padres bullpen. You know, the stat right there that's a bad stat is 8 blown opportunities.
And one of them last night. In fact, last night with the Braves' 3-run comeback in the top of the ninth was the first time all year the Padres have lost a game when leading after 8 innings. So they're now 20-1 in that category, and it was their ace, Lefferts, that lost the game.
More problems? There's a glove that's stuck over there.
When it rains, it pours.
I mean, you just can't get away from it. Nixon's walk, grounded out, singled twice, stole a base, and was caught stealing one. They pitched out on him.
And he almost beat it, too.
Dodgers now are trailing 4-2 in the 5th inning. That game is far from over. Line hit, right field. He just strokes the ball. He is just doing a super job coming off the bench for Bobby Cox. Not enough has been made of the fact that Otis Nixon was obtained from Montreal. Here's Terry. I believe Jimmy Cremers was involved in that trade. Pendleton with 3 hits takes the ball high. One and oh. Nixon back. Gantz on deck. Nixon now with 18 stolen bases, been caught only 7 times. The Padres have a slow team. They have stolen only 26 bases coming into this game. Been caught 19 times. The Braves have stolen, coming into this game, 50 bases, been caught 25 times. Line away. Two balls and no strikes. That's a good pitch to send him on. Not going. Pitch is high. 3 balls and no strikes. Gann is on deck. Taking all away is Pendleton. It's over. 3-1. The Braves scored 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth, and 1 in the seventh. The 1 in the seventh was a home run by David Justice. They have 13 hits, and the Padres have but 4 off Glavine.
Nixon now with his 3rd 3-hit game. Terry Pendleton with his 4th tonight. Pendleton with a 13-game hitting streak.
He might go. He's going, and that's going into left field, high into the air. Should be caught by Jackson, and it is. So they send him on a 3-1, and Pendleton flies to left. Now Ron Gann.
Center fielder, Ronnie Gann.
Ronnie Gann singled in a run in the 4th. He's also walked. He homered here last night, and he homered here on Monday night as a leadoff batter. First time up each time. Low and away. 1-0. Texas had their 14-game winning streak snapped yesterday, and they also had Bobby Witt go on the shelf. He's got a possible rotator cuff injury, a tear. And Fernando Valenzuela making his way back, and he's pitching in the minor leagues. Every place he pitches, they sell it out.
Sell out.
Have the biggest crowd of the year. That's great. He belongs to California.
I think he'll do pretty well over in that American League, too. The way he pitches, his style, a lot of breaking pitches.
Take a while to figure him out. I mean, screwball-type pitcher. and curves.
Boy, how many left-handers will they have starting? The Angels. They've got Jim Abbott, Valenzuela, Finley, Kirk McCaskill. I'm not sure if he's a left-hander. Can't remember.
He's righty.
He might be. He might be the only one who is in their starting staff. Mark Langston is a left-hander.
Left-hander. 2-0. Let's see if he runs on this pitch. Not running, and a bouncing ball foul. 2-1. Two balls, a strike, and 2 down. The Giants tomorrow, Friday, Saturday afternoon, and Sunday afternoon. Big 4-game series at Candlestick. Runner going, bouncer to the mound. Nice play. Maddox goes to first. Nixon was going, and Gant bounces out 1-3. We have completed 7.5. We go to the bottom of the 8th, and the Braves still have them shut out behind Tom Glavine. Going to the bottom of the 8th inning. Jackson will lead it off against Tom Glavine, who's going for his 2nd shutout of the season and 5th complete game.
Leading off the Padres, left fielder Garrett Jackson.
Complete game's almost a thing of the past for most pitchers as they bring in the closer in the 9th inning or so many, many times. But Glavine is working for his 5th. Jackson 0 for 3, and the fastball's outside.
Last year, Glavine had 1 complete game. In '89, when he went 14-8, he had 6. In 29 starts, Tom had 1 in 33 starts last year.
Easily off to his best start in the major leagues. He's an old-timer now. What's Glavine, about 24 or 5 now?
Tom's an old man. He's 25.
25.
I'm older than he is. He might be one of the few guys in this league that I am older than.
Well, you're an old guy.
26. That's frightening, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You're getting up there, Chip.
Yeah, Glavine last year was 5-5 at the All-Star break. 5-7 after.
But it's a funny thing about age. Your dad feels that he's catching your grandfather. He said, I think I'm getting his...
That's amazing.
I think Gary lost him a couple of years there.
Every birthday he subtracts 2 or 3 more.
I think he does.
Well, it's sort of sad when you go out with them after a game and they stay up later than you do, and they're 3 times as old as you are.
That is a strikeout. The Braves might have gotten a break on Jackson. Apolano at first says he went around. We'll take another look.
Well, it's a pitch upstairs. I don't know. I think he got out in front a little bit. Let's see if his wrist break a little bit. Yeah, I think he swung.
He did. You could see where that bat went, and he really didn't give much argument. It's 4 strikeouts. Glavine. And the pitch is outside. This is Fernandez. The Braves lost 3 out of 4 to San Diego in Atlanta, and they're on the verge of sweeping this 3-game series. Driven to right. Justice is over. He appeared to lose it, but he feels it quickly on the first bounce. He might have lost that ball in the lights. He fought it. Luckily, it didn't get by. It'll go as a base hit.
Well, we saw Tony Gwynn earlier in the game misplay a ball. Let's see what happens to David here. Yeah, I think he lost it at the last moment. He was there in plenty of time to make the catch, and you just see him back off and prepare himself to get clobbered with a baseball. But he recovered in good shape, held Fernandez to a single, and now Tony Gwynn will hit.
Gwynn hitless tonight, 0 for 3. That doesn't happen often. He has not had a good career against Glavine, batting about .227 coming in. That's hit number 5 off the Braves lefty. And the staccato applause by a crowd of around 14,000 total. And there's a looper. right. He's going to get himself a base hit. A flare to left by Glenn. And they've got 2 on and 1 down. And McGriff coming up to be followed by Santiago. That might get the Braves bullpen going.
Well, they're stirring around down there, but still nobody has gotten up yet.
You're calling 9-1-1. I stole that from somebody. Maybe it was you. They are starting to get ready. McGriff 1 for 3.
That's big Marvin Freeman down there.
A little bit high. As I mentioned, this is a good hitter's park. Easy to hit a home run here. 1 ball, no strike. Foul away. He had quite a cut. 1 ball, 1 strike. McGriff is tied for the National League lead in homers. He has 11. Jim Beecham alongside Bobby Cox, watching their lefty. In the dirt. Nice play, Olsen. He just knocked it down with his chest. 2-1.
Look at Olsen give up the body here. They wear that chest protector for. Greg does his job, keeps it in front of him, and keeps the runners from advancing.
2 on, but 1 down. They'd like a grounder. They get a fly ball to left along the line. It's foul. Nixon has no play. It's about 5 rows back. McGriff has 9 homers and 23 RBIs in his last 25 games. Houston 4, Los Angeles 2. They're now in the top of the 6th.
You mentioned McGriff with 11 home runs, tied for the National League lead. He's hit 30 or more 3 straight years. That, of course, with Toronto. He's got a heck of a chance to do it in this little ballpark.
Gwynn and Fernandez out there at first and second. And a 2-2 pitch from Tom Glavine won't be made. He steps off. Freeman throwing in the Braves bullpen. Glavine takes too much time for McGriff.
This guy McGriff, too, along with Shawn Abner, another guy that rejected a scholarship offer from Georgia, signed with the Yankee organization instead back in 1981. I guess Georgia wasn't paying as much as the Yankees back then.
Oh, come on. And the pitch. Just outside. 3-2. You're going to get some letters, Chip.
I'm a graduate.
That's right. I keep forgetting that.
I'm only kidding, of course.
Then you can say that.
I'm only kidding,
you can say it. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Big pitch. First and second. 1 out. Coming. Driven center field. Get way back. He's going to catch it. And the runners will hold. That ball is well hit. Deep center field, but Gant with a lot of room out there. Got back easily.
Here's the swing by McGriff. Went down, didn't try to crush it, just try to get good wood on it. And the key to that play was Ronnie Gant. You got to remember, he's still learning how to play the outfield. He got a great jump on that ball, got back in plenty of time, in good shape, and made the catch.
I gotta confess that when Ronnie Gant went down to minor leagues and they said they were going to make an outfielder out of him, after seeing him field pop-ups and be in the infield, I thought, boy, that's going to be a tough adjustment. And he got a hold of that in no time. He's become a good outfielder. Here's a drive toward left center. Gant with a chance, and he's going to catch it. And Glavine's out of the inning. Santiago hit it hard, left center field. But they strand two. The Braves with a mile to go. One more mile. 5-0 going to the ninth.
Prime time on TBS has the leading ladies, presenting Liza, Marilyn, and Barbara.
I'm a bagel and a plate full of onion rolls.
Jane, Carol, and Liz.
When are you going to settle down and behave like everybody else?
Kate, Diana, and Jack. We've got the ladies that lead the movies, only on TBS Prime Time.
Georgia is rich in beauty. Each year, more of us visit our Golden Isles, waterways, and parks. But with increased use has come increased misuse. Many think that if the land belongs to everybody, it belongs to nobody. Fortunately, we are more aware of the problems facing our land, but we need more help, your help. Your Metro Atlanta cable companies are asking for your support in our effort to keep Georgia's land clean and beautiful. Begin a project in your community today.
We're going to the ninth. There's your line scorer. David Justice is going to lead it off. Justice, Bream, and then Lemke playing in Blauser's spot. Tom Glavine with one more inning. Seated alongside Jeff Porter, known as Bubba. A lot of Bubbas in the Southeast. Here's Justice.
Now remember, he said that, I did. I'm in enough trouble already, I think.
You are. You're in deep trouble. Graduate and not a graduate. Justice with a couple of hits, misses a breaking ball. He homered last time to left field. He was also hit by a pitch. He is 2 for 3 with a double in the first inning, knocking in a run. And he had been in a mild slump. Obviously not in it anymore. Curveball miss. Of his RBIs in the last 23 games. There's a bouncer to first. Nice play. Pitcher covering. And Griff made it. Come on, Chip. Come up with that note that you had.
He has knocked home a run in 16 of his last 23 games, including tonight, a double, a home run, 2 RBIs.
Okay. I just didn't understand your writing.
That's easy. See? Georgia graduate, yeah.
Georgia graduate.
No.
It's brave. 1 out. McGriff made a nice play on that bouncer from Justice.
If you give me time, I can recite all 24 letters in the alphabet.
Bouncing ball over toward their dugout. They're now in the bottom of the 6th to keep you posted on the Dodgers. Houston 4, Los Angeles 2. They got all their runs. Houston in the very first inning off Hershiser, who then settled down and pitched a ways. What did they get in him? 4 or 5 innings? 4 innings, I think.
Hershiser, 4 innings.
Yeah.
And regardless of whether or not the Dodgers win the game, that's not the important thing. It's how well Hershiser pitched, which was not, honestly, probably not all that well. He gave up 4 runs, a bunch of hits. But I think the biggest question is, how will his arm feel tomorrow?
That's the key. Bream had a base hit last time up. He's 1 for 3. He was purposely passed the first time. And then Blauser came through with a sac fly to foil that strategy. There's a fly ball left center. Jackson 2 down in the 9th. Our next telecast on Sports South will be Saturday afternoon against the Giants. We'll be with you at 4 o'clock. That is Saturday from Candlestick. We hope that you join us.
Second baseman, Mark Lemke.
Lemke up for the first time. He's a switch hitter. He took over for Blauser. I assume Blauser's okay. Pitch outside. Lemke at 279. No homers and 5 RBIs. Bouncer out to second. Low to the first. And we go to the bottom of the 9th. Braves lead it 5-0.
Don't take a back seat for this one. Champ Herb Hair looks to better last year's record run. The SCCA Trans Am Tour stops at the Dallas Grand Prix.
Live Sunday at 2 on Sports South. Atlanta. These Braves are rarely caught with stolen goods. San Francisco. Mitchell and Clark. Home run giants in anyone's park. Atlanta versus San Francisco. Live Saturday at 4 on Sports South.
We're going to the bottom of the 9th. Presley will lead it off. Be followed by Abner. Jim Presley, former Brave, 0 for 2 with a walk. Glavine's line. He's shooting for his 8th win. He's lost only twice. He's trying for his 5th complete game and his 2nd shutout.
And his 6th win in a row.
He's 3 outs away. Ray's bullpen will become active.
I think it's Merker and Freeman.
First pitch. Hit foul, out of play out to the right. Glenn Serra brings back a nice note on Glavine. He could qualify for pitcher of the month easily if he wins here tonight. With a complete game shutout, he'd be 6-0 in May with an ERA of 1.57. 8-2 overall with an ERA of 1.87. Let's get through this bottom of the 9th. He's got our vote anyway. And they think Glenn feels that Pendleton has taken over the National League batting lead. Swing and miss at 355 against 354 for Gwynn.
Terry went 3 for 5 tonight. Gwynn 1 for 4.
And Jose went 0 for 3 today in St. Louis.
Wouldn't that be something?
1 ball, 2 strikes. Low on the change. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-2 hit high into the air in left center. It's going to be out number 1 as Gant puts up his hand and says, I got it. And he does. And that's 1 away. Now the batter, Shawn Abner.
Center fielder, Shawn Abner.
Gant's retired the last 3 hitters. All on fly balls to center.
Abner's 0 for 3. Olson has caught a good game. He and Glavine worked well together. We mentioned at the start of the game that Olson catches Glavine every time he goes out there. And that happens with a lot of pitchers and catchers. They start to think alike. You very seldom see Glavine shake him off. One ball, 1 strike. Giants beat the Reds today 6-1. The Braves are going to increase their lead over third-place Cincinnati. Phillies beat Montreal 2-1. Pop foul out of play. The Mets swept the Cubs, beating them today 8-1. The Pirates over the Cardinals 6-0. Dodgers been up for quite a while in the bottom of the sixth, folks. They've been out, as they say in the broadcast booth, they've been out a long time, and they have. They're batting in the bottom of the sixth, 4-2 Houston. Well hit, left center. That might be extra base. It might be out of here. It is. There goes a shot out as Abner lined a home run to left center. He was batting 172 coming in, and he homers to left center. You could tell when it left the bat, it was trouble.
Let's see what he threw him. Pretty good pitch, low and away. And it just barely clears the fence, just by an eyelash over that yellow line. Well, the shutout's gone, but Glavine still has a chance for the victory.
Mota to be followed by Kuba as a pinch hitter. Strike call. Down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's a 5-1 game. The Braves with 13 hits and the Padres 7. It's been an errorless game. Been well played in the field on both sides. High pop foul off to the right. In the bullpen, Freeman, the right-hander, Merker, the lefty. Bobby Cox hopes that he doesn't have to go to his pen tonight. Now the 1-2 delivery is fouled back. It'll stay 1-2. Minnesota beat Nolan Ryan in Texas 9-1. California 8-4 over Chicago. Toronto won 8-3 over Oakland. They had 50,000 plus there last night on a weeknight. Flying away. Yesterday, Oakland won. Baltimore got by Cleveland 2-1. Johnny Oates, a new manager, in his first 5 days of managing, lost 9 pounds. Couldn't eat. Fouled away. Yankees over Boston 7-zip. Seattle beats Kansas City 8-0. And the Brewers of Milwaukee 6, and the Tigers of Detroit 2. Outside, 3-2. Glavine struggling a bit here in the bottom of the ninth. And I'm sure Bobby Cox is telling him right now, pour that fastball right through there and say, hit it if you can. Don't walk it. 3-2. Fastball. He hit it. And Lemke caught it on a nice catch. A soft line drive, and Lemke got off his feet in good fashion and made that catch. 2 down.
Scary for a moment, wasn't it? Lemke just tall enough to make the catch on the edge of the outfield grass. He's an inch too short, or that's a base hit.
Yep. He had his inner soles in. Here's Coolbaugh. On as a pinch hitter for Maddox. He's been playing a lot of third base. Got Coolbaugh. Fastball missing, 1-0. Glavine needs 1 more out for a complete game. It would be his 5th, and he's going to get it. You feel. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's a 1-1. Just missing. 2 balls and a strike. The Braves will leave tomorrow morning. They're staying over tonight, leave tomorrow morning to go to San Francisco. Driven toward right field, and Justice is going to wrap it up right now, and the Braves win. Tom Glavine pitched a beauty. They're all out to greet him. And the Braves have swept the Padres. Final score, the Braves 5 and the Padres 1. We'll be back with the totals right after this message. Okay, the Braves sweep it. They win tonight by a score of 5-1 behind Tom Glavine. And tonight's Citgo Performer of the Game is Tom Glavine. Look at those numbers. And we add it was his 5th complete game. So congratulations, Tom Glavine.
And our Subaru play of the game has to do with Tom Glavine as well in the San Diego 4th inning. 2 on, runners at second and third, 2 out. He freezes Shawn Abner with a fastball in the inside corner. The mitt of Greg Olson never moved. Abner didn't like the call, but Glavine with 4 strikeouts, one of them our Subaru play of the game. The Braves sweep the Padres for the first time in 5 years here in San Diego, winning 3 straight. The last time the Braves did that was August 4th, 5th, and 6th back in 1986. Braves win tonight 5-1, 5 runs, 13 hits, no errors. The Braves, who left 10, 1 run, 7 hits, no errors. For San Diego, they left 8. Tom Glavine has now won 6 games in a row. He is now 8-2. Andy Bennis now 2-6, but again, the Padres have not given him much offensive support at all. Time of the game, 2 hours, 47 minutes. A crowd of 13,038 paid to watch the Braves sweep the Padres here at Jack Murphy Stadium.
Our next telecast is Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock. The Braves against the Giants right here on SportSouth. Of interest of everyone, of course, is the Houston Dodger game. It's 4-2. They're now in the 7th. The Dodgers did not score. Houston leading 4-2, top of the 7th inning. Final score here, Braves 5, Padres 1 for Chip Caray and our entire crew here from San Diego. This is Ernie Johnson. On this winning night, so long, everybody.
For 35 years, Midas has been providing quiet.
Well, it's time we made some noise. Midas announces Quiet Riot Day.
We're celebrating our anniversary with the best undercar services in the business, guaranteed, and great Midas values, like $10 off the Midas Gold, Golden Turbo, and all Midas mufflers for foreign cars. That's right, $10 off. So get to the riot, and we'll provide the quiet. The Midas Quiet Riot. For great values, nobody beats Midas.
Nobody!